The Pulse 2 Breakfast Show.
The Pulse 2 Breakfast Show with Chris Johnson.
Pulse 2.
Jon Culshaw. John, good morning.
Good morning, great to see you, great to be back here. It's lovely, the memories flooding back, even though this is a new building to the one that I used to work in. The spirit's the same, the feeling is the same, that atmosphere is there.
Yeah, of course. You were at Foster Square, of course, in Bradford when we were under our old guise of Pennine Radio and Pennine FM and a million other names that we had. And even though I did play this to you last time, I do want to make you feel fully at home.
The music people. Jon Culshaw. Pennine FM.
Do you know what an art form that is, to sing somebody's name? I never thought my name would sound right when sung, but it was all right. Yes.
Jon Culshaw.
Absolutely terrific.
I saw that being recorded once.
Did you?
You know, when not exactly a name, but sort of like an advert jingle for a bed shop or something. And to have a group of people standing behind a microphone, and then they all sort of like in unison, discount sleep centre. The absurdity is beautiful.
The enthusiasm is just unparalleled, isn't it?
It is.
You're back in West Yorkshire, which is great for us, and hopefully for you as well, to be back in West Yorkshire.
Wonderful.
You're bringing your Great British Takeoff Tour to Leeds City Varieties, and it's on the 13th of February. What can we expect from that particular show, John?
Oh, well, every show's different. It's always spontaneous. It's quite biographical. I have some tales from growing up and characters I knew and early people I impersonated, early influences, impersonating the teachers, early jobs that I used to do and the characters. It's a little bit autobiographical at times, but never the same show twice. The audience steer where the show goes on many occasions, suggesting characters and so on. And a tradition in this show now, at the end of the first half, we telephone a local pizza place in a character of the audience's choosing. And we'll call for a pizza, we'll order about 4 or 5, we pay for them, and they're delivered to the stage. And the audience help themselves as they head for home.
What a great idea. What a great idea. And what a great theatre as well. You see, I see that theatre and straight away, and with the best meaning in the world, I think Muppet Show.
Yes,
that
exactly.
theatre is the Muppet Show theatre, isn't it, really?
Yes, exactly. And of course, the home of the good old days.
Precisely.
So I'm very, very proud to be going there. Very proud to be there.
But you do request as well from, what, do they shout impressions out to you, or do they have to do it beforehand and on paper?
No, they call them out. I love the spontaneity.
Yeah.
You know, very often the audience's suggestions might follow certain patterns, but you'll always get the odd surprise.
When you started doing your impressions back in the day, was it people that you'd grown up with, local characters, teachers, or was it somebody you'd seen on the TV, maybe on the good old days or something like that?
It was a mix. I grew up in Ormskirk, not so far from here in Lancashire, and you know, the characters who, you know, sport Charlie James, the local painter and decorator, sport like that, you know, he sport like that type of thing, you know. Everybody spoke a bit like Fred Dibner from Bolton, and I just couldn't resist but to copy it.
Yeah.
And I watched the Mike Yarwood show on a Saturday night, and I noticed him impersonating Patrick Moore. So Patrick Moore was the first famous, well-known person that I impersonated. That also led me to have an interest in astronomy, impersonating Patrick Moore and the other experts of the time, such as David Attenborough, still wonderfully broadcasting as we know. So that was really how that was how a fascination in accents came about as well. You know, the Lancashire accent curls up at the end like that. It curls up, whereas Yorkshire doesn't. Yorkshire goes that way. It goes that way.
What's the last impression in the repertoire? What's the one, either the one you're working on or the last one that you think, yeah, I've done that, that's now in the show?
I think there's quite a few new politicians coming through. And there's like a Labour one called Richard Bergen who talks like that, and he's got this way of like not answering the question what Andrew Neil's just put to him and saying, but what the other side are doing, that's what we should be concentrating on. You know, not that it's like, you know, that's where the problem is. And he's sort of got this voice that probably would belong on Gogglebox rather than the House of Commons. But Richard Bergen, he's an interesting one. He's an interesting character to watch.
Is it tricky when, say, one of the well-known personalities that you impersonate passes away? I'm thinking here Terry Wogan, I'm thinking Dale Winton, for example, as well. Is there a period of time that you leave before you do it again, or do you do it then as a sort of a respectful?
It does reach that. I think, you know, in the following few days, it perhaps, you know, you tend to shy away from it.
Yeah.
But soon after, it does become a celebration. Soon after, you know, so Terry Wogan, that's one of those voices that gives people, a warm, appreciated glow. It makes people smile. It makes you feel good as you're saying it, especially behind such a good quality microphone as this one. There's something that it brings a glow to people with well-loved people like that. And the marvellous Dale, now the wonderful Dale, now there is a voice made from velvet. Absolutely, my darling. And these characters who make you just smile the moment you hear them.
And is it right that Dale's family asked you to do that voice at the funeral?
Yes, exactly. We had a conversation and I said, no, are you absolutely sure? Is this going to feel right? But they said Dale was showbiz through and through. His voice communicated that so much, and yes, we just want to hear it.
Yeah.
So yes, I wrote a little poem and recited it partly as me, partly as Dale.
Yeah, I could understand that. It'd be quite a comfort for them, I would have thought.
Yes, because Dale was so, he was show business itself.
Yeah.
And they just wanted to hear it. You certain
and he would love it as well, wouldn't he? He would have loved it.
I think so.
Can anybody do an impression of you?
Oh yes, I've Phil Cornwall does me.
Yeah.
Also Danny Posthill from Britain's Got Talent.
Yeah.
He was a great friend of Bobby Davro and me too. He does an impression of me, and it sort of taught me how to do. This is getting weird now. To do an impression of myself, and they do me as a sort of like polite, quietly spoken woodland creature.
Okay.
Almost like Sergeant Wilson. Do you think that's wise? Do you think that's wise, Captain Mannering? They make me very sort of almost like a Wind in the Willows character.
Yeah. I thought the answer to that would have been no straight away, but I'm great. It's great that at least two people can do an impression of you. Brilliant.
It's taught me that if I ever got a movie role as a gerbil in an Aardman animation, I'd be quite good at it. I think this is how I'd do a gerbil, and it sounds like me.
That's the ambition, to play a gerbil.
I've turned into Ozzy Osbourne for no reason. I am basically a rodent. That is my destiny, to be a rodent.
I can't think of a better way to end, to be perfectly honest with you. John, what a treat. Thank you so much for popping in.
Thank you for having me.
We wish you all the best with the Great British Takeoff in Leeds at the theatre there, and all the very best. Thank you so much.
Oh, my absolute pleasure. Thank you for having me, and wonderful to revisit this wonderful place. The spirit really is as it ever was.
And one more time.
Jon Culshaw.
Call now.
Goes to